Hey everybody, got a special request to cover the inside of the full tower that I have here. This is the machine that's the full tower, right? So it's open and I'm gonna cover it. First, it's from 1993. I know you can't read that, sorry. From 1993, and we got, looks like a very small motherboard compared to the rest of the box. Look, it's an upgraded motherboard, believe it or not. I figured this out by looking at, well, if you refer back to the other video, the keyboard and mouse is gone. It looked like two PS2s, and now there is one, what do you call it, DIN socket. Alright, got, let's see, a small motherboard, Pentium 1 something, got a, from the bottom up, Creative CT2770 SB Sound Blaster 16 and an ISA slot. Also got a 3-comp Etherlink. Whoops, where am I at? There's that one. Sorry. That's the Sound Blaster 16. This is the Etherlink 3-comp Etherlink 3. You know what? These ISA cards are getting really hard to come by. And 3-coms are especially kind of neat because they work with everything. I mean, everything comes with drivers for a 3-com. It's just, they're some of the best cards out there. Something that's really hard to get on the 3-coms are the boot ROMs. I would love, if somebody can tell me where to get a boot ROM, I would love to get one because I have a feeling I could use it. Okay, anyway, and this is your video card. It says on the sticker, MGA mil/4N, made in USA. You'd never see that anymore. I don't know what it really is. MGA's got a Texas Instruments chip on there. It says TVP3026. That's what the chip says. Matrox. Alright, no video expansion. Also, if anybody has the RAM expansion for this thing, hook me up. Got 4 banks of RAM. They're full, totally populated with 72-pin SIMs. Oh, hello. Look, there's a serial port hanging out on the inside. I wonder why the previous owner didn't line it to the serial port back there. Oh, you know what? Looks like they did and it fell out. Because look, you got, where is it? I'm tired from work, y'all. Sorry. You got COM 2, there's your parallel, COM 1, which I'm assuming is the one that fell out in there, and then a blocked thing right there. Okay, and there is a 250 megabyte tape drive, compact disc, CD-ROM, and look, space for another hard drive on top. I love these giant cases. Okay, before I get into that, look at how much room is in here. Just take a look. You got let's see, the strict 5¼ bays, 1, 2, 3, 4 5¼ bays, strict 3.5, 4, 3 over here, and 1 on the very top, and you got 1 on the bottom here too. So that's 5 3¼ inch bays, 3.5 inch bays. That's pretty cool. Power supply is it's the same as the box, 1993, and is also 300 watts. Which is kind of big for 1993. 300 watts was, you know, kind of a big one because everybody was like 120, 130. This had a 300 because it meant to run some drives. Okay, you got both IDE. You got a 2 gig. What is that thing? Western Digital, and a 540 meg. Another Western Digital up here. This is a Western Digital machine. All right, you got somebody got smart. Put a fan in the front. That's smart. There's your processor with heatsink. Yeah, they really are that small from back in the day. It didn't take much to cool these things off. I've got a slightly upgraded heatsink for it. It's not wider because you see it's pressing up against the video card. By the way, they changed that design, right? They moved the processor up, and well, on the bigger boards you didn't need it. They just moved it over. But they changed this design. And I think this is called a Baby AT. Not sure. I'm pretty sure it's called a Baby AT because, yeah, there's no ATX on here. This is not an ATX machine. See, ATX has the big silver plate right here. This is not ATX. This is baby AT. Booyah. And they changed this part of it to where the video cards, as they got longer and bigger, they would bump into the processor. Well, what I was saying was, I have a that's not supposed to do that. It's supposed to be kind of glued on. Anyway, I've got a taller one that I'm going to put on here. Why not? Got it to do it, right? Okay, and I wanted to show you some measurements. I've got my tape measure. I'm feeding out some tape. I'll show you now. This is not counting the base, right? Whoops. It's supposed to be auto locking. Thanks, China. Alright, this is not counting the base, right? See that? Okay. Going up. We are at 20, right under 22 inches. Right under 22 inches tall. That's a big case. Depth, however, is not really that big. Not counting the faceplate. Shoot, come on. Not counting the faceplate, you're looking at 16 inches. Just under 16, right? So that's a big drive, but man, look at the stuff that you can pack in there. You could have a burning tower over here, hard drive tower over here, and then another hard drive under there, and another hard drive on top. And that's all right. I mean, this was a workhorse machine back in the day. Alrighty then, and special request, I'll put your name on the screen because I can't remember it right now. I just got back from work. And oh yeah, some neat things about this machine. The tape drive, see, it is in a 5 1/4, right? Well, it's in an adapter plate. Those things are getting hard to find because hardly anybody uses them. Though I did find a 2.5 to 3.5 relatively easily, brand new, but not a 5 1/4 to 3.5. And up there's, you know what? This plate came out of here. It's a block plate to block the fan out if you don't have a fan. Well, I'm going to put a fan in there because you can't have too much cooling. The only kind if you have too much cooling is when you're running water over it. That's too much. Don't need it. And looking at the motherboard, let's look at some expansion. See what it's got. It's got AT, yeah, see, that's the AT connector right there. And then, can someone tell me what's this for? This other connector? I'm not sure. You got your floppy and your IDE over here. Or wait a minute. There is no floppy. These are both IDE. These big ones are both IDE. And then you got, there's your floppy connector. Right there. Onboard memory. Expanded memory. Socket, I don't know what it's called. And you got two PCIs down there. One holding the video card. Let me back up a little bit. One holding the video card, two free. Two ISA slots populated and two free. And all the cables going up. Your jumpers. Let me see if I can do this without forgetting. Here's some jumpers, a block of jumpers right there. Your BIOS battery. And here's your big power switch cable. Love it. And that's about it to this machine. But look at how big the case is compared to the motherboard. That's definitely a baby AT, and it's definitely been upgraded because that wasn't the same. I will bet Gateway upgraded this machine for them, because who in their right mind would go from a PS2 keyboard and mouse to an AT? Why would they do that? You know, so I'm thinking Gateway, who is not in their right mind, would do something like that. Look, used to be owned by Lucent. And there's the motherboard mounting plate, which was a neat does this one? Nope, this one does not come out. That is a neat feature that does not exist, where the motherboard plate falls over. You'd unlatch it and it would just fall over. This one doesn't have it, and it screws down. You see all the screws poking through? And it looks like we have, yep, some plastic or vinyl standoffs. Okay, this video is droned on long enough. big freaking box. That's a big box. Okay, thanks for watching. This one's for you. Bye-bye.